Hi, my name is Ron Roberts Jr., and I worked at the University of Southern California for over 16 years. And working at USC was truly one of the highlights of my career, if not the highlight of my career. So I had a lot of great moments working at the university. And so I wanted to share a quick story from my time working at USC. And so I'm calling this story America Ferrera's Resume Review. So I think it's safe to say that most, if not all of you, know who America Ferrera is. She's an actress, and she more recently has been part of a TV show called Superstore. And a few years ago, she was also part of the cast. She was actually the star of another TV show called Ugly Betty, which was very popular at that time. She's also been in several movies, and The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, Our Family Wedding, and some others. And so when I was working at USC, one of the places that I worked was the Central Career Center. And so as part of our duties as career counselors, we would rotate during our lunch hours, taking in students for 10 to 15 minutes. We call these walk-in sessions. So students could come in without an appointment and just meet with a career counselor on their resumes, and get advice on interviewing, networking, and so forth. And so, so on October 14, 2003, I was the counselor responsible for the walk-in sessions. And so I got finished meeting for students. So I went out to the lobby to meet my next student. And I met this young lady by the name of America Ferrera. So I invited her into the office to find out how I could help her. And I remember complimenting her on her first name, America, because it was such an uncommon name. And so America was a sophomore at that time, international relations major. And one of her career interests was political action, which is interesting looking at it today because she has been, I guess, an activist in some respect, you know, on some issues. So, so I asked America what she needed help with. So she needed help for resume. And so I spent some time looking at her resume, making some suggestions, as I typically would. And I also, according to my notes here, made her aware of a resource that the Career Center offered called Monster Track. And that's where we hosted internships and jobs that USC students could go to. And so, so it was just a very generic session, and nothing too extraordinary about the session itself. So a couple years later, I heard about this movie called The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. And I remember, I'm not sure how I heard about the movie, but I remember hearing the names of the actresses, and America Ferrera's name came up. And at first, I couldn't place the name, and the name sounded familiar. And it dawned on me, it's like, oh, I think this is the young lady that I met with when I was, at USC. And so I did some research and found out, indeed, this actress was a USC student. And so I put, dawned on me, and I saw her face. I was like, oh yeah, that's the student I met with. So it was really cool just making that connection. And so a couple years later after that, maybe a few years later, the TV show Ugly Betty came out. And so America was the star of that show. And so it was cool watching the show every week with my wife and just knowing that that same actress on the screen was the same student that came to my office, and I had a chance to help her with her resume as well. So, and I eventually saw parts of the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, and I did see her movie in its entirety, Our Family Wedding. So just a fun memory from my time at USC. And one other thing too is that as I was going through some cleanup one day, I was cleaning up my files, and I came across a career counseling form from America. And at that time, America was well known. So I said, I'm gonna hold on to this form because one day I may see her again. I'm gonna get her to actually autograph it as well. So, it was just a fun moment from my time working at USC. So I hope that you enjoyed listening to the story. And thank you for listening.